Now it's 10.
Let's get some decent food, Si.
Oh, can we? Yeah.
Hey, everybody!
Hi, Patreon.
Hey, Internet.
Oh,
Hey,
but-
Patreon.
Patreon.
Who's talking to?
We're talking to Patreon and our YouTube subscribers.
Hello, knights, lords, and
There it is.
kings, or what do we have?
Kings and queens and everything in
queens.
between.
Thank you all. Hi, welcome all our noblemen and women. We are here tonight to discuss the most recent episode of The Amazing Race, which is
Captions
episode 2, which we just watched. You can also catch the reaction for that on our $5 level, right?
No, $3 level.
$3. I'm sorry, I'm very confused. So $3 level month will get you the reaction to tonight's episode, which was really exciting.
You watched the whole episode.
Yes. Well, why would we
well-
watch half of it?
What? Yeah. We only paid
Just half.
attention
We're
to half
done.
of it.
No. And then now we're here to after talk because we're super hyped. Intros.
Okay, I'm Andrew.
I'm Audie.
I'm Zach.
We are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And now our talk begins. So I'd like to reiterate, this is Zach's first time watching The Amazing Race. He's a complete
first
newbie.
race.
Tell us how you feeling so far.
It's exciting. It's a little, and you can't really predict. You can kind of predict who's going to do well, but that's not a determinant of who's going to make it for in what place they're going to come.
Right, because there's so many factors.
There's so many things in between the actual challenges that could go wrong. They could be really good at the challenges, but bad navigators, so they're just like completely off.
Or, yeah.
Oh, God, yes.
There are factors. Taxi drivers.
Taxi
Elephants.
driver. Elephants, for sure,
Yeah.
elephants.
So like, even though like someone said they're good at linguists, well, they were first anyway. But he's a linguist, so
Yeah, and you
he's
wound
a
up
cunning
doing-
linguist. So
Yeah.
he's like. He did really well on that challenge.
Our favorite quote of the night was duck, duck, tuck in the tuck, tuck.
Duck, duck, in the tuck, tuck.
That's hashtag duck, duck in the tuck, tuck. That was great. Funstoppable is my absolute favorite team.
They were doing so
I'm-
good, and then they got.
Can
held
we just
behind.
talk
That
about?
elephant.
Can we just talk about the U-turn for a minute? Because that was like our biggest
so
problem.
the big thing that happened tonight, if you watched it, was a double U-turn in the second episode. And who does it? Rachel and Alyssa, who are in first place and holding everybody up while they struggle with whether to do the U-turn or not.
And I really thought that Colin specifically, like, I'm just waiting for Colin to lose his zen
one wearing
along
the
the
crystal.
way. Yes, like, I'm just waiting for him to lose his zen along the way because it's going to happen. But it's ridiculous to use a U-turn this early in the game, especially
and
when
to be
you're
in the
first.
front of the pack.
Yeah, you never U-turn when you're first because you never know if later in the game you're going to wind up being second to last and you're going to really need that U-turn and you've done fucked yourself.
Well, and the thing is like, I would be the first one to normally agree with Rachel. Rachel said, it's a game, da-da-da-da. Because those always bug me when people did use a U-turn and the people would be like, all pissed. Oh, you can't do that. That's so unfair. And like, it's in the game. It's
Right.
part of the rules. You know, but in terms of strategy, I mean,
It was a
everyone's
poor
going to be
choice.
like on Rachel and Alyssa's case because they didn't. You know,
Right.
If it was just there was no strategy.
I
She
just
was
don't
playing it
understand
for the sake of playing it.
Yeah,
But so you can't use it again. So they just like blew their wad
Yeah.
Basically.
on the first challenge.
when they were already first.
That makes. I mean that's.
And if they hadn't sat there for 10 minutes discussing what they were going to do, they might have done better. And on top of it, they were still last or second to last getting out of the challenge because it took them so long to do that one challenge. So maybe it was good
So
strategy.
yeah, maybe they realize, oh, it's a task we're gonna do badly.
But I don't know.
But
like
this early in the game.
And I think what annoys me most about it is they forced Funstoppable to use their U-turn. So
Yes.
now they don't have it later on. Now, as far as I remember, I don't think Funstoppable ever U-turned or
Funstoppable
yielded
is not-
anybody
not- yeah.
before. So I don't think they would have done it anyway, but they were forced to
and
in
they
this
didn't have
one.
to. Was there someone behind them?
Yeah, well, I mean, they had to this time because it's dangerous to be in the U-turn and not U-turn anybody else. But
But
sometimes
it's not always a double U-turn.
yeah, sometimes it's just one, and you just got
You're
fucked.
just
You just
fucked.
got to get it done.
You just gotta work.
And more often than not, U-turns will get people eliminated. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
It's like a death. It's like something hanging over your neck.
it's definitely a higher
I mean,
probability
unless
of you
you
getting
blow
eliminated.
through both tasks.
Yeah, and that's happened before. People have gotten U-turned and gotten out of
Well,
their
they-
second.
Tyler
So-
and whatever his name is, they
Yeah.
They moved to theirs pretty quickly.
They did pretty good. I am sad to see Rupert gone. He's one of my favorite Survivor players. Even though he was never great at strategy on Survivor, he was kind of like rode coattails. I still liked him as a person, and he was fun to watch. So I am sad that he's gone, but I did call it. Like, I voted for them to get
I'm shocked you
eliminated
couldn't
tonight.
commune with the elephant more.
Yeah, I really... He thought he was going to,
I
like...
feel like they were on a date, but just not really going anywhere.
He was being really nice to the elephant when really he should have been, like, dominating the elephant.
Yeah.
So...
He was like, "Hi, elephant.
Come on,
Hi."
baby.
Bye-bye.
No, baby. I love you.
But more
Right,
Butch. 'Cause
right.
It was Rupert.
Yeah. And once again, Afghanimals came in first.
Yes.
Like
So they're dominating
Leo and
right
Jamal,
now.
They're
they're
killing.
dominating.
But
They're the ones to beat right now.
looking at the previews, it only takes one leg to get you all the way back down to the
and
bottom.
dance challenges, the number of people who have no dance ability whatsoever, and dance challenges are never easy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're
How easy are they not?
They're
They're
hard.
hard because you have to have the steps exactly right.
It's
And if you have no rhythm,
So if you're not a
forget
dancer,
it.
you're just
yeah.
Get it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would not do well on a dance challenge. I
Really?
am not good at dancing.
Okay.
If it was a roadblock, I'd for sure let Andrew take it because I would not do well at it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, I'm an actor who moves well, but I've some of those dance challenges.
Well, and
they were
sometimes
like,
it's like the
"Oh,
fucking
God."
kana or something. They gotta do like, a Jason Momoa dance or something.
Oh
like,
my god.
and they're really specific with the moves.
Right.
They don't just let them like poo-poo through it.
You can't go, you get a person to teach it to you. And they
And then
drill
you have to go perform.
And then you get to go and perform it. And if you miss it, and usually every team has to perform it one at a time. So you get in line to perform it. If you blow it, you got to go back to review with your trainer and then get back in line
Oh,
to do it again.
Yes, so it's like a lot. Yeah, so
So you can't
better
be
get it
first
the
and
first
then
time.
like
Yeah.
fall behind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different options.
Oh
that
damn.
Come back. That's
No,
a
I'm
little-
not talking about the dancing.
I thought
That's
you were
crazy
staring
how
at that guy.
You're first, and then you can. I might care about this. Movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Next week's gonna be interesting because it does look like generally around the third or fourth leg is when the arguing like really starts to happen. People haven't
The
been
fatigue.
sleeping.
Fatigue is being
Yeah.
set in.
Jet lag.
They're for sure, and I'm really surprised we haven't had a lot of airport time. Which sometimes it's my favorite part is them having to find flights and dealing with things like that. I like
Right.
the challenges and I like the airport issues.
Yeah, because to go from Japan, well, I think a lot of that depends on what part of the world they're in. Like,
Yeah.
if there isn't a lot of flights from one place to the other, they just make sure you got one.
Yeah.
They're going from Japan to Laos. There probably weren't a lot of flights to choose from. So they weren't going to waste,
Right.
Whereas when you're flying around Europe,
Yeah, if you have to go to London and find a flight out, you're probably gonna be arguing because they'll get on the phones and stay on the phones with travel agents and looking up on the internet,
Oh really?
and sneaking around.
yeah,
I
and
like
then
it.
You're at the travel agent behind them, and then so you just
They're
get to sit down and go,
arguing.
"We want what they had."
Yeah, but then maybe there's a better flight. It's a lot of
Oh.
politics that goes on in the
Okay,
airport that I
okay.
actually enjoy.
So is it possible for like a schism to grow between the places?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes they're 4 or 5 hours.
We've had people.
apart.
Let's see, someone.
Like they're not in last place, but they're like fourth place, but they're a whole hour out.
Yeah.
Oh, more than an hour. You can be many hours
Wow,
behind.
okay.
Well, there was one team that ended up losing. It was one of the older couples who got a better flight,
And then
and then the flight had got.
that
trouble.
happens a lot. Like if you
So
have
they got stuck on a connection.
Oh my
because
God.
sometimes you have the options. You can do a flight that's a straight flight there, but it
Direct.
leaves later, or you can start on an earlier
bunch
flight,
of
but with a
connections.
connection
So-
and take the chance that
So due
your
to trouble with the
connection's not
flights,
gonna work.
one flight was late. I don't know. They got to the airport to where they couldn't. The next flight out wasn't right away
yeah.
because they missed their connection.
But I do
Oh,
I do like
damn.
some of the airport stuff, but it seems like we haven't gotten a lot of that these last 2 episodes, and it creates a lot of friction between the teams. Like the teams haven't had enough of a chance to interact for them to start creating.
Well, we know that
frictions.
one team is gullible. What's her face?
Oh yeah,
What's her
the
butt,
big
Nicole?
brother.
Oh yeah. Well, Nicole is pretty. That's not surprising for Nicole.
She was super
to be
gullible.
to want to
he
be
didn't
like,
even try. He
yeah.
was like, no, that's not it. What?
But Nicole's also not stupid. She said, "Fool me once,"
Right.
So she's learned her
I'll
lesson.
believe it when I see
Hopefully.
Nicole.
Yeah.
But quickly, so we have 2 people watching.
Hi, two
Hi,
people.
people.
Thank you for being
Patrons,
nice.
yes.
Yeah, oh my God. Thank you
And
so
say
much.
hello. I'd love to know who you are.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts on The Amazing Race and what
Or
you
just
thought
your
about
thoughts on
tonight.
life in
I know.
general.
Just in
Is
general.
Boone or your mother? Are they nice?
No,
No.
not at all.
So we don't know who you are. We want to get to know you.
Yeah, let us know who you are. Even if you don't watch Amazing Race, just say hi.
Yeah,
or
just
something.
say hi. But if you don't watch The Amazing Race, the entirety of every season is on Hulu, and I highly recommend it because it's a very entertaining
And we're only on
show.
the second episode, so if you have
You have
cable,
time
you
to
And
can
get
have it on
honestly,
demand.
it's not the kind of thing that you had to watch like from the beginning. You
No,
can just
it's
start
not.
watching now,
Yeah.
and you'll be just fine.
And you're paying for this content, so you might as well join us.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
So what else? Let's see. So we had the fish, the barbecue. We had the language thing, which was crazy.
The
I
alphabet
was-
seemed really hard.
Yeah,
That
that
seemed
was
like the
intense.
hardest one.
probably
And the
would
little-
have died on that one. Trying to hear those differences.
What?
Then we went to the
Can you
elephants.
speak in my good ear?
And then we went to the elephants. So people had bad elephants.
Yeah, I got a
Well,
bad
sometimes
elephant.
elephants can be stubborn.
Yes, that is true. I feel like these are still fairly tame challenges so far. Like they're
really?
still pretty.
Well, I don't know
tame.
that Mount Fuji, where you had to climb up that slippy slide.
Yeah,
That,
but
and the guy had cramps and they lost. That
nobody,
was tough.
nobody's had to like one
No
season.
one's had to rappel down the side of the Empire State Building.
One
yet.
season,
So-
they made them all skydive in the first episode. Their first challenge was skydiving
or hang gliding.
or hang gliding. Yeah, like
Like run off the
Wow.
side of a mountain and hang glide down to the beach.
welcome to The Amazing Race, or go swimming with
Wow.
sharks,
Yeah, so-
or
Yeah, so they're easing these other
players
contestants
in. Yeah,
from the other games.
I do definitely feel like previous Amazing Race, like alumni are going to have a little bit of an advantage because they kind of at least know what to expect and what the
They know the
strategy
game.
is.
Well, and they've had their last time in the game to really know how to connect with people to get the information they need. The others, they only talked with the other,
yeah. And I haven't really seen a whole lot. I mean, like, some people have discussed alliances, but I haven't seen them working together
It's
yet.
still a little early for people to start teaming up.
Yeah.
And that usually also happens when you do get separated and there's a first plane and a second plane.
Yeah,
And
that's
so the people
always...
on those planes then start to bond.
Like, the second plane,
okay.
usually nobody bonds. Everybody just knows they're going to have to, like, kill each other to get there and not be last. But the first plane, they're all like, let's all work together.
Yeah.
But the whole strategy is not to be last.
Right.
Until the
Yeah.
end where you have to
Until the
win.
very end where you have to be
You
first.
have to be first. But
So you really
But-
want to be at the front of the pack the whole time.
And you really want to be first because you get to win a lot of different
Or
challenges.
not the front of the pack,
I mean,
but
you
in
get
the
to,
front of the pack.
right.
You do get a win. When you win, you do get a prize. So that's
What's
that's
the
New
prize
co-
if you win?
trips.
Well, the ultimate prize is $1 million.
Yeah. So I could be second to last and then creep my way up
Yes.
and then win.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
be
you
second
can
to last
literally
the whole
just.
time.
There was, I
and then
think
win the
one.
final leg.
I think there was one season where like there was a team that was always like second to last, and then they finally like came in first.
Yeah, because
Um,
usually the final leg is 3 to 4 teams depending on the.
You want to talk about crazy challenges? Who was it? Uchenna and what's her and Joyce?
Oh, I need to
They-
bring my thing down. That I
Yeah,
have
you need to
signed
bring
with
that
them.
down. Uchenna and Joyce had to shave their head, like to get the
Yeah,
fast forward.
and she had this huge
Like-
braids.
Yeah, it was the
beautiful
whole thing. She was like
braids. I would
crying
be
the
in
whole time.
tears.
Well, and there was another team. They
I
were
would do it.
models.
They were models and they refused to do it.
And they were freaking out and said, "Your hair grows back unless you have a photo shoot scheduled right after the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
You can make it
Yeah.
work for you." They were the Christian models.
Yes.
And they annoyed the shit
Oh,
out of me.
my
And not because
God.
they're like I'm a Christian. I fully support Christians or whatever religion
But
you choose
Christian
to follow,
models? What does that even
except
mean?
Scientology. If you're a Scientologist, you can get the fuck out. But
Either of you Scientologists?
no, sorry,
I'm-
get out
I'm
if
good.
you are. Like I just go down to one. Yeah, those guys were. They were the type that was. They had to go do a ritual in India, and they're like, "Oh, we don't feel right about this," and it's
my
like they
God.
like drew with ashes on your forehead or some shit. Like it wasn't any. You didn't have
Yeah.
to.
If you don't believe
Sacrifice
in it,
a
then what does
goat.
it matter?
Yeah. Anyways,
You can still respect
but-
it.
You want to
But
tell
yeah.
them a little bit about your thing that you got?
Oh, well, it's not a big deal only because...
It's a big deal to
got
me.
screwed up. But you mean my little...
Yeah.
So, for the theater we work for, we had events where we had celebrities. And in Houston, Uchenna and Joyce were from Houston. So they were
Oh.
celebrity guests in our fundraiser. and they put together a little thing with pieces of clues. You know what? I'll bring it in next week. It's hanging upstairs. And they signed it, but it was a silent auction item, and I was going to bid on it, but there's someone else bid on it, so I said, I'll let them have it. Well, it was a fake bid because no one was bidding on it. Because if I had bid on it, they would have personalized it to me.
Oh.
But I bought it once I realized that no one had really won it, and I bought it afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I
was
totally want
pissed.
to. Yeah.
But
they were a great freaking team, too. I love them. They were up against Rob and Amber.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite team. Rob and Amber are my favorite team. I love Boston Rob. I follow him on Twitter. I'm a little obsessed with them. Sorry.
But they won that time. It was a train.
Yes.
They got across the train tracks before a train came through. Rob
And that's
Amber
how they
had
won.
to wait for the train.
They just
and so
got
they
to the
won.
finishing line. That was it. Like 1 second, and they lost. It was insane. It's.
I'd be pissed.
Right?
I would just come unglued in front of all of America. Like,
Actually, I feel
no
like
shit.
Rob and Amber conducted themselves very well at the end. They did a good job, but everybody
'Cause you
hated
get
them during
nothing.
the game. No, I think there's like a second prize.
Yeah,
Like,
usually
it's like
there's
50,000.
and I don't know what kind of stipend you get for being on it. I mean,
Yeah,
most of those things because
but you
they're
do get to
taking your
travel
time,
around the world, so
You get like a
Yeah.
little stipend, and and then of course, I mean the prizes as you go, $2,500
Right.
trips.
Right.
Once every so often they have cars.
There was one team one year that didn't win the finale, but they won like I don't know how many trips and how
so
much money.
They came out.
They came out. They're like,
bandits.
we're
Okay.
fine.
Well, the thing is, if you're first place, if you're first or second, a lot of the times, don't you have like a target on your back?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, always.
So you don't want to be like 1 or 2.
See-
You kind of want to.
Yeah, like if you like for example, the Afghanimals have been winning.
So they go.
If they get second to a U-turn right now, everybody's gonna U-turn them or yield them or whatever.
Right. So you get a little target on your back.
Because they're dangerous. That's why I still don't understand why Funstoppable
Okay, so
was targeted, but whatever.
There is some strategy to not be first. all the
Yeah.
time.
And then again, you want the prizes. It's a whole thing. What do you think, Internet?
Yeah, I mean, you want to be second as a strategy and then not be first at the end, you win nothing. Or you just want to try to win every leg.
Yeah.
Because if you don't win every leg, at least you've won something.
When we play, we're gonna try and win.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm the end game kind of person. Like,
Yeah.
I would rather just
Yes.
pace myself because it's also pacing, right? You don't want to blow
Yeah.
off all your steam on
I
one.
mean, I suppose if you've won a few times, if you want to, like, back off.
Yeah, like if you're
I'll
the
do
Afghanimals,
that.
you can
I'll
like
do
pull
that,
back.
but I won't not win the whole time.
No.
I want prizes.
I
I want prizes.
some trips. I want to win some
Okay.
things.
like cramp guy. So if I got a cramp in my leg in this challenge, I may want to.
And that's really the most important thing is never ever giving up in this game because, like for example, you could be 7 hours behind,
Right.
but it's a non-elimination leg. So
Oh wow.
you
And
get
then
there
you make it up because everyone gets to the airport
Yeah.
at 1 o'clock in the
And
morning.
you don't have a
and none
flight
of the
for another
flights
8
leave
hours.
till 8.
Got
or
it.
they get
So-
to the place and it doesn't open for another 12 hours, so you
Got
gotta
it.
sleep. So there's
So
always
everybody catches up.
Mhm.
Oh man, that sucks.
They call them the equalizers.
Yeah,
The
airport is
great
the great
equalizer.
equalizer.
That sucks. Okay.
Amazing race nerds.
I'm learning strategy. I love a good game.
So next week we're heading over to where did they say Vietnam?
Vietnam.
So they're going to Vietnam
Oh,
next.
I didn't even notice where they were going.
Yeah, they're going to Vietnam next week. I'm trying to imagine who's probably going to be next. I'm going to vote for the blonde Big Brother girls. That's my vote.
Janelle and Brittany.
Thank God he knows the names.
Yeah, they're part of the pack that didn't get a lot of attention. This
Generally,
week.
the ones that don't get a whole lot of attention, I feel like don't really make it.
I
that
can't remember
far.
their names, but the Survivor girls, the 2 women.
Oh yeah. With
Rachel
the
and
bright
Giselle.
red hair.
Yeah, who
Oh,
kept
no.
like stopping and then like
the ones
people
that
would
stop
pass
for
them.
directions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I vote that they're at risk because they're not focused
They're
enough on
scattered.
the game.
Yeah.
They're not focused.
Ah.
They don't have their eye on the target.
Mhm.
They're like they're just too distracted.
Okay.
Any,
You guys can read the tea leaves. I'm happy to be here.
And they got a target on the back from at least one team from snaking in front of the tuk-tuks.
Oh yeah, the Afghanimals are up against them.
Oh, that was
But-
stupid. What a waste of time.
And also, I don't think that Funstoppable is going to be all like coming after the two other Big Brother girls, the ones that you turned them. But I wouldn't put it past
Corey and Tyler.
Corey and Tyler.
And I think
they're gonna hold a grudge.
And it really sounded like Tyler and Corey passed it up the line.
Yeah.
They weren't blaming Becca and
No.
Floyd for picking them.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, because they could say, yes, you had to U-turn someone. Why did you have to U-turn us?
Right, but they were behind them. So.
Yeah, but they knew
they
that
passed the buck.
Rachel and Alyssa were just
But that's what, I mean, again, that's so dumb. It sounds like the stupidest thing to do.
It was not a good choice.
Well, because they were thinking about playing the game and not
early.
strategizing.
Yeah, they got all caught up in it, and I honestly I think
and
they
held
were
everybody up on it too.
Yeah, no joke. And you could hear
Shit
Colin,
or get off the
don't
pot."
U-turn anybody. Don't do
He's
it
like, "Don't
right
do
now.
it." And because they went to ask advice. Who should we do? And they're like, no one.
That's because
And they
Colin's
just said,
played
okay.
because Colin and Christy have played the game before. These
that
ladies
sounds
have
so
not.
stupid.
So
I wouldn't be giving no advice. You're on your own. Every man for themselves. Bye.
right.
You're going the wrong way.
That's Zach. Zach is gonna be
Oh,
a
man,
Zach would be a shiesty Amazing Grace player.
I was heard the most
He'd be
drama,
like-
the most gas. Y'all know how I do.
He'd cover up the clue with a blanket.
That's
or
on a
some
fish.
that's what you
That's
can't
on a
do.
fish. That's on a fish. That's on a fish.
Right.
Because if you're not eating, you're not resting.
They're like-
your
It's
brain
like,
is not.
what did you get tilapia? No, mackerel. You're looking for mackerel.
It's not great enough. It's not great
Somebody's
enough.
trying to learn to dance. Zach's just singing along to a different song.
Clapping like this off the beat.
On the ones and threes.
The ones that say, I'm gonna Nomi Malone your ass and throw beads on the dance floor.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. We're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah, it's just a quick little cool. We're excited. This is happening. If you have any thoughts, please put them below. Is this gonna? It's not gonna come out
It's just
on YouTube.
And you can hear us, right? You're watching us.
Yes, I
talking?
think-
Yeah, I think they can hear it. I hope so.
I don't know. We've had 2 people watching almost the entire
We've
time.
had some
Yeah.
issues, so thank
Cool.
you for joining us
Thank
and
you
for
for joining
watching.
us.
Hope
Our
you
mystery
enjoyed
ghost
this.
tour.
Let us know if words. Let us know on Patreon or in the comment section here at my patrons if you like this content or if there's something else you want us to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably still gonna do this because we enjoy doing
Because
it.
we're
but
whores and we'll watch whatever.
yeah,
So
we're
and you're paying for it. So
reaction
you might as well,
whores. No, really, tell us what you want to see.
you might as well tell us what you want.
We're trying to work on some original content. Again, please follow us on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. For sure on Instagram, as the illustrious Mark B. Robbins creates the Iron Throne from
The Iron
scratch.
Throne.
With my assistants. And then also, if you're a Game of Thrones fan, which let's face it, who isn't, join our Game
There's
of
some
Thrones
people.
fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, those people should live in caves.
All right.
I say that even though Zach had never seen Game of Thrones before we made him watch it.
I caught up.
Anyways, so join our Facebook group for that, and I think that's it.
That's
right?
everything.
All right. So I'm signing out to see if I really count or not. Go away.
Oh yeah, see, we're doing an
No,
experiment.
because our watch time will be much higher. It'll be
All right.
Yeah.
So we are the Knights of the Drunk Watch.
And
now
now our
talk
talk has
Our talk has
ended.
ended. Oh my gosh.
That
only
went great.
Wednesday.
That was awesome.
All right. Well, bye guys.
We'll see you, on
next week.
Sunday. Episode 3. Get your tissues ready.
Oh, come for the altar. Stay for the crying.
No joke.